Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? I hope you guys are good because I am doing fantastic, as you guys can see. So I'm going to be answering all your questions concerning my moving back to Nigeria. Yes, I moved back to Nigeria. I didn't come here for holiday. I know I have so many questions or assumptions about that, but yes, I am permanently back to Nigeria. Welcome back, Ada. I got a lot of welcome back and all of that, so thank you guys so much for welcoming me back to my father's land. So the first question is, out of experience and curiosity, how did you break the news of coming back home to your children? How did they react about it? So now I think the first thing I did that really made our coming back kind of, interesting was that when we were leaving, I kept telling my children that we are going back because I knew we were coming back. I'll answer the question later, but I knew we were coming back. I knew it wasn't a permanent move. So that was why I can't even tell you the first time I told them that we are coming back for sure, right? But they've always known that we were not there permanently. So when I now told them for sure that, oh, this is the day that we are going back, they were happy. In fact, at some point, my children were stressing me about coming back to Nigeria, especially Sophia. Sophia, go and eat your food. She'll start frowning. Next thing, I want to go back to Nigeria. And I'm like, why? I don't understand. How does it relate to you eating your dinner? You want to go back to Nigeria, that you will not eat the same thing there or that was, So they always knew they were coming back to Nigeria, but when they knew for sure was when I told them, and I just told them that, oh, you guys, we are going back to Nigeria on so and so day. So it wasn't a very strange information to them. There was no clear-cut, shocking time that I told them, oh, we're going back, and everybody was like, wow. There was no surprise per se, right? As a mother of 3 living in Europe, I know that relocation is tough. Relocating twice in less than 2 years can be even tougher. Sincerely asking, how are you? Thank you so much. I am good. Funny enough, I'm good. I'm happy. You guys, I came to Nigeria, and in 1 week, my skin is popping. In 1 week. I was like, so that water in the UK was really stressing my skin. I don't know if it's the water and the lack of sun and the lack of vitamin D and the stress of everything. I don't know what it is. But in 1 week, my skin has improved so much. I mean, I have makeup on now, but maybe one day I'll remove my makeup and show you guys my skin. I'm sure you have seen it. My skin has improved so much. So I'm actually good. I'm actually not stressed out. Like I said, if you watch my previous video, we are living in a bubble. We are staying in a hotel. Food, everything is taken care of. So I'm not really like entering kitchen to cook or trying to find, oh, let me go to market, let me do this. I'm not really stressed. I'm just chilling. We are house hunting. I've gone to see a few houses, you guys. I try to tell myself, remember you're in Nigeria. Remember you're in Nigeria. Remember you're in Lagos. The way they squeeze like 30 buildings inside in fact, now, granted, compared to our house in the UK, the houses here are, at least the ones we've gone to see, are bigger, and some of their rooms are some rooms are a little more spacious, not that much. I saw one that's, we went to one that the rooms were spacious. It was a very expensive house, but the ones that are within our budget, the rooms are just okay. But the quality of things, very shabby quality, very something's no, anyway, story for another day. House hunting video will come another day. Sincerely asking or sincerely responding, I'm really good, I'm happy, I'm cool, like I'm not stressed out, I'm just living my best life, I'm just looking forward to eat every day. And it's almost like I have a list in my head that, okay, you've eaten ube, you've eaten corn, you've eaten this, you need to eat that, you need to eat that. Like that's pretty much it. This person says, I love your reasoning regarding wanting your family to always be together. I am someone who doesn't advocate for separate living, so whatever decision one needs to make to keep their family together, I always stand. All this long talk to say you're doing a really good job. Thank you. Thank you. That's one thing that I've always known. even before I got married, I've always, maybe because of kind of home I came from, right? My father and my mother are still together. I'm not saying if you don't have that setting, your family is not complete, but I'm just saying my reality, even till date, is my father and my mother are still together. They sleep in the same room, they go to the same church, they do almost everything together. In fact, at this point, they're now acting like twins. That's what me and my siblings always say, inside joke. I know my parents watch all my videos, so if you guys are seeing this, we always joke that you guys are now like twins. There's no difference. There's difference in temperaments, but the conclusion is always the same thing, right? So that's the reality I know, and that's why I can't even imagine living a separate life from my husband or having separated families now. It can't work for me. He knows that I've told him, any decision you're making moving forward, any job you want to take, any country you want to go to, just know that we dare your back. All of us, our umbilical cords, from you to me, from me to the children, we are all at your back, right? So that will also help him to make certain decisions, that also make the right decisions, right? So that you're not inconveniencing your family too much. And like the previous person said, it's actually a lot. Funny enough, initially, when we first moved to the UK, I know that when I first learned I was moving to the UK, I wasn't that happy, right? But when we first moved there, when we settled down there, I was like, you know what? It's not bad. It's not that bad. I mean, relocating is not that bad. I even feel like going to another country. I think in theory, the idea of it is very exciting. It's very interesting in theory. But when you have children, when you have to pack up your whole life and move, is not easy. I've done it just once now and I'm like, nope, I'm over it. Me that before I was looking forward to doing more. I'm so over it. Like, even this Lagos we've gotten to, I'm like, I don't even want to be looking for a house too much. Anyone we see that is good, let's just move in there, please. I need to just settle down and just, arrange my life. So I'm so over it. However, if something comes up again, if he gets transferred anywhere and it is somewhere that he really wants to be at, my dear, we dare him back. All of us are together. And it helps that he's a very good father, okay? He's a good father, he's a good husband, he's a good person. Let me put it that way. He's a good person all rounder, right? So it helps. It makes it easy for me to want to follow him everywhere. If he wasn't, let's say he was even a good husband, but wasn't a good father, I'll stay in Nigeria where I have enough help and enough, family and security around, right? But because he's an all-rounder, we dare him back solid 10 over 10, 100 over 100. So this person is asking, why Lagos and not Port Harcourt? Why Lagos? The answer is simple. He has been transferred to Lagos. Point blank period. I'm sure Lagos is not your last stop, so enjoy your holiday. This is not holiday. In fact, what is holiday to me now is the fact that we are still in a hotel. The moment we get house, holiday is over. But this is not holiday. We are here. Like, we are here. It's not holiday. If it was holiday, I would have said it. I think I already mentioned this in a different video. Like, I don't do that. I don't know who you guys think I am or what you guys take me for. But if you know me very well, I don't do that. All those prank things or all those you're pranking. Why are you pranking your subscribers? It doesn't make sense. I don't do pranks. I'm not pranking you guys. Like, this is for real. If I was here on holiday, I'll say I'm here on holiday now. Check my channel very well. Anything I say is what happens. Like, I might not give you the full details of everything about my life, but I always say the truth because I have people watching me. My parents watch my videos, my siblings watch my videos, my husband watches my videos. And now come and be lying here. My husband not looking at me like, look at this one lying because of my God watches my videos. So if anything happens, God forbid, I'll now go to hell and say, well, you see, the reason why I ended up here is because I wanted to prank my subscribers. I wanted to lie. That no, like, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so this person's asking me, this is Tony, hi. Tony is asking me to share my gym. Yes, I can share my gym now. It is called Perfit Gym. Perfit. It is in Norwich. How do I describe that place? I don't even know the address, but just go online and search Perfit Norwich. You'll find my gym. It's a personal trainers only gym. Yeah, and it's not cheap, but you'll get your results. If you go to that gym for, let me say, 6 weeks, you go to that gym for 6 weeks and you are eating right and you don't lose weight, it's village people. Forget. You can never lose weight again. If it's that one. If you eat right 6 weeks, take enough protein, follow your instructor's instructions to the T, and you don't lose weight, you don't tone, nothing changes in your body, or it just tiny, negligible change, then your own is more than your own is village people. But yeah, it's a very good gym. The person says this is gonna cost me like 32.43% steals for saying this as a grown man from Kogi State. But I miss Ada and Nello on court. Oh, now you are back and in and similar time zones. Please, can we get some episodes? Because that is how I found your personal channels. You guys have been asking me so much about Ada and Nello. I miss Ada and Nello, okay? I miss Nello. I miss us sitting down and just yapping and chatting. I really miss it. But, because of the way things happened, it wasn't easy to continue. I'll talk to her, I'll ask her if she's game, we can. Or whenever we see, we'll just film like plenty episodes. But, my dear Ife Karere, we have so many things on our like our lives are so busy right now in different ways that it might not be possible to sit down together and have one episode, but we'll try. But yeah, this is like I'm actually impressed that a man is asking this, because sometimes we forget that men watch us. To be honest, I used to forget that men watch me. I don't think about men when I'm filming my videos. So I used to be thinking about men when I'm filming my videos. So many questions about Ada and Nello. You guys, I'll talk to Nello, Sha. Let's see. But she has so much. Me, I have so much. We're like, anyway. Okay, this person says, what was your experience living in the UK? I think I'll make a whole different video about that. My experience living in the UK. But to be honest, it was a good experience. Let me put it that way. It was a good experience. It was eye-opening in so many ways. And in so many ways, it made coming back a little bit difficult. Not, let me say difficult. It made coming back a little bit annoying. Let me put it that way, because the thing about traveling abroad, not just traveling abroad, the thing about living there, okay, because I've traveled several times before. I've even stayed for an extended period before, but not like a whole year or anything. It's not the same as when you live there and then you now come back. When you live there and you come back, your eyes cannot unsee certain things, right? Maybe after a few years back in Nigeria, my mentality and my eyes will adjust. But if you live abroad and you come back to Nigeria, your eyes cannot unsee certain things. Your mindset about certain things have changed. So it's just like a lot of things are quite disgusting now. And mind you, I'm somebody who gets disgusted easily, who used to get disgusted easily when I was in Nigeria. Then imagine going there and now coming back here, the disgust is now amplified a whole lot. But, it is what it is. Was it easy to lose weight in the UK compared to Nigeria, and why? Yes, it was easier to lose weight in the UK for so many reasons. I've mentioned them in a different video. The fact that I was doing most of the things I was doing by myself in the UK, the fact that I went to a personal trainer kind of gym, the fact that I was cooking all the food myself, the fact that I didn't have easy access to good food to me, okay? I was trying different food, I was trying different countries' food, I didn't like most of them. All these fish and chips. Fish and chips is one of the most useless foods I've ever eaten in my life. Tasteless nonsense. I don't know if it is the stores I was buying my own from, the shops I was buying my own from. All those things were nonsense. So I generally did not like the food that they were making there or they were selling there. So it was easy for me to cut out junk and remain hungry, because I didn't have easy access to food that I really enjoyed. But in Nigeria, in this 1 week that I've been back, 1 week plus now, I think it's 1 week and 2 days, I feel like I've gained at least half of all the weight I've lost. I don't know if it's showing on my body, but I feel like I've gained half of all the weight I lost the last time. My only question, hi Juliet, my only question is, how are you finding the change in price of things? Is it such a stark difference from when you left PH? My sister, hey! My shock was shocked. I was shookington. What? The prices of things are ridiculous, outrageous, preposterous. Preposterous. The prices of things have really changed. They're really high right now. And mind you, I'm comparing based on 1 or 2 times I went to supermarket and I bought, snacks and some things here and there. I bought pear, I bought garden egg, I looked around, I was just checking prices. Okay, I also bought a sachet of milk. That's what I'm comparing things with though, and the prices were outrageous. I've not even entered markets. I've not started doing proper market shopping, or foodstuff shopping. So, my dear, it's a lot. The prices are a lot. And I kind of knew, to be honest. I kind of knew because I remember one time I was gisting with Nella and she was buying corn and she said, something like she had 1,000 naira. I was like, okay, in my head I was thinking, okay, 1,000 naira, she'll buy like 3 or 4 corn. She now said, no, that other one is like 800 and 215 or something like that. I was like, I don't understand. For corn that I remember when we used to buy corn, 100 naira. Sometimes they will give you 6 for 500. Corn, one. Not sweet corn, no, Nigerian grown corn. So I've always known the prices of things had, increased, but not to this level. What I'm seeing now, I did my hair, although I'm on the island, so what am I supposed to expect? I did my hair, wash, treats by treats, condition, and 8 cornrows. I paid 23,119 or something like that. I went and did pedicure. Just pedicure and paint my toenails with gel polish. 28,000. I said, okay, wow. Thank you very much. People are really asking about Ada and Nello. Chai, I need to send all these things to Nello. Just wanted to know, will you be continuing with your farming when you get a place, either rented or your own house? You guys, the thing is this, right? We've been house hunting and most of the houses we've gone to, they don't even have compound. The few houses that we went to that had compound, they are freaking expensive, right? They are too expensive, like it's not even worth it to me. So we are most likely going to end up in a house without without our own personal compound. We're most likely going to end up in a house, because there's one house that I liked that we saw, even though my husband is saying you can't just be too excited and go and take that kind of house because it's still a brand new house. You don't know how things work or don't work, and there are so many things that need to be fixed in that house. Okay, so we are still house hunting, but so far all the houses I have seen, the ones within our budget, they don't have their own compound. The ones that have their own compound are very expensive. So if I don't have my own compound, I cannot do the farming, but I'll try and just do a little bit of pots gardening here and there. But yeah, I miss my Port Harcourt house. I will not lie. I miss that house. For a long time, I was stuck in that house. I don't think they even rented it out. I think they wanted to sell it at some point. I don't know if they ended up selling it. I was stuck in that house because I really miss that house. I miss my compound. I miss my garden. I miss my birds. Okay, another question says, please, what influenced your decision and how have you been coping in Lagos since you came back? I've been coping so well. I've been enjoying myself. I can't complain, to be honest. I can't complain. I can't complain if I want to, but I've been conditioning myself for a while now to just live life to the fullest, enjoy things as they come, and not complain, not nitpick at stuff and complain about stuff. Because to be honest, the more you complain, okay? The more you complain, the more you see what to complain about. But the more you choose to not complain and to just embrace life and, live softly, the more things happen like that for you, okay? So, even with our house hunting, although we prayed about it, okay, praying is very, very important. So we prayed about, our relocation. Even when we went to the UK, we prayed about it. And coming back to, we also prayed about it. So, and once I pray about something, I've taught myself to pray about something and just start confessing what I want and just let go, right? So I'm not praying every day about it, and I'm not anxious about anything. I know that God is going to give us the best. He's going to give us what is the most convenient for us. Our own will always be different. We will not suffer. It's something I keep saying over and over again. Even when, the devil wants to remind me that, you have to get house, you have to get school, the house has to be close to the school, and the house has to be at least convenient for your husband to be going to work and coming back. All those thoughts come to my head, okay? I'm not going to lie. But once they come, I'm like, whatever, last, I'll be fine, okay? And one thing again I was doing in the past few months, even before we came to Nigeria, I tell my husband, then he'll be laughing. I tell my husband that I'm fantasizing about when we settled down and we're just chilling, right? That's all I was doing for the longest time. I was going straight like years ahead into the future, where we'll be looking back at now and be laughing at how, oh, remember when we were all, all over the place, but now we are settled. So I've been doing that for a while, just transporting my mind into the future and just creating this world for myself in the future and just living in that world, even though it's temporary living, like it's just fantasy in my head. I've been doing that for a while. So knowing that that's my future, why do I need to fret about now, knowing that this too shall pass and I'll get to that future where we're just chilling, everything is good, we have a good house and all of that. So I don't know if you guys got anything from what I just said, but my point is that one way I cope, I think I said on this channel before, one way I cope with tough situations and difficult situations is to travel forward in time and create my reality, my future. I remember I talked to you guys about, I'm going off tangent, but this is kind of important. I remember when I was giving birth to Sophia and I started having complications after she was born. I remember when doctors were running up and down, I was just thinking about how I will carry Sophia and be dancing to the altar. Now the thing where you give me, Papa. Now anyway, and I was carrying her by myself in that my fantasy. I was carrying her, what am I calling fantasy? In that my vision, okay? I was carrying her by myself, I was walking to the altar, meaning that what? I survived, I was fine. She survived, she was fine, right? I also envisioned sitting down and giving you guys the story time about what happened while I was giving birth to Sophia, right? This is while I was still in the thick of it. This is while doctors were still running up and down. I didn't even have strength to pray or even to talk. I wasn't even talking. I wasn't even praying. I was just closing my eyes and just, now the thing where you give me, Papa. Now anyway, I was just saying to my head, and I was talking about how I would just sit down and say, hey, you guys see what happened to me in the hospital. And that's it, okay? So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm envisioning the future when me and my husband are just chilling, drinking our mojito. I don't even know what mojito is, but drinking our mojito and just gisting about, oh, remember when we were just all over the place and all of that. So I'm good. All this to say, I'm good, I'm fine. I think you guys can tell, I'm actually happy. I don't know why. I've been getting a lot of comments about the US. Someone asked me now that did we come for a purpose and maybe later we'll be going to the States? And I don't know the impression I give you guys. Maybe because I always talk about I like following United States politics, how I find Donald Trump interesting and all of that, and how I find their politics. I follow US politics like the way people follow reality shows, right? Maybe because I say that, people think I have a genuine interest in living in the US. Nada. Nada. I don't have any interest in living in the US. I don't have any reason to want to live in the US. And the funny thing is that I was telling my husband recently that let me stop saying I don't like the US, because it's like the place I say I don't like. The way I was saying I don't like Lagos, I don't like Lagos. Now look at me, see Lagos. Let me stop saying that about the US so that maybe it's Canada. I should be saying I don't like Canada, so I'll end up in Canada, right? But yeah, I don't have any real interest in the US. I've never even applied for visa in the US or anything. The only place in that area that I have interest in is Canada, and that's because of my sister. But the US has never appealed to me. Even I'm thinking of where to go on vacation, I've never thought about the US. I don't know why. For some reason. I don't know why actually. Why? And for my husband, the same thing. My husband is the same thing. We've never considered US. But although it's the same way we never considered the UK as well. And we ended up there. So maybe you guys are manifesting something else for me. I don't know. But right now, as at when I'm talking to you, I'm making this video, I have no interest in the US. I have no business in the US. We have family there, but they're not people I'm close to or even talk to or anything. So I have no real interest in the US. I don't even have US visa, but I have Canadian visa. How do the kids feel about moving back to Nigeria, especially after spending a year in the UK? My kids are okay. Now, the video where we were, the relocation video, many people kept pointing out that my children looked sad at the airport, right? Now, the thing is this. The reason why they looked like that at the airport is that my children on the plane refused to sleep. They were so excited. They refused to sleep. It was around, let's say, like 3 a.m. that, and mind you, our flight, we left the UK by 10:30, right? These children were just awake, eating. Anything they say, you like to have orange juice? Cora will say yes. You like to have this one? Eva will say yes. You like to have, in fact, their corner, food everywhere, chips, this and that, you know. Anyway, it was even Sophia that slept kind of quickly. Not kind of quickly, but at least quick enough. Cora and Eva were not sleeping, right? So I had to now tell them, you know what, everybody switch off your TV, lie down, cover yourself, don't eat anything, and then sleep. That's around 3 a.m. Then we landed around 5:30, so they didn't sleep much, and they now woke up and we are already cranky. I kept telling them at the airport, when they say sleep, you'll not sleep. Now you're cranky. Of course you'll be cranky because you've not slept, right? So they were cranky, coupled with the fact that we waited at the airport for a while for our car to come. That's the car that came to pick us. We waited for a while before they came, so that was why they were looking cranky. But it's not that they were sad that we're coming back to Nigeria. Like I said, they were actually excited about coming back to Nigeria. They're talking about seeing grandma and grandpa for a very long time, seeing Antinello, Adana, everybody. So they were not sad about coming back to Nigeria, but the experience. And again, if you guys know how Lagos Airport is, when you enter Lagos Airport, first of all, dirty smell, dustbin, what's the name? Toilet smell will first hit you. Then the anyhowness of everything, the way everywhere is just jaga jaga, will also hit you. So all those things joined together and made them look cranky, but they're happy. Cora and Eva and sister, they're actually happy, enjoying themselves here. They're not. I mean, they're as happy as they can be. Of course, sometimes they feel sad when they think of their friends, when they talk to their friends on the phone, they miss their friends. But it's the same way they were missing Nigeria as well. So, yeah, abroad life is not for the weak when you have kids. See, I know it's not for the weak, to be honest. But at the same time, it's not that bad, okay? The truth is, I think, okay, let me summarize how I think about this whole living abroad or living in Nigeria. I mean, I'll talk more about it in different videos. But for right now, the mindset I have is that there's no place that is easy. As an adult, life will life, okay? Adulting will adult you. Like, life is going to life, right? There's no place that is easy. And then once you have kids, there's no place that is easy. If you say it's Nigeria that's easy for you, because maybe you have family close by, maybe fine. But for me, the way I want to raise my kids and the way I am as a person, no one is easy for me, because there are certain things that I want to do with my kids, certain things I want to achieve that does not really include the help of others. It's still my sole responsibility, right? So whether abroad or in Nigeria, none of them are easy. But in some aspects, actually, abroad is easy. In some aspects, I'll talk about it in a different video. In fact, in a lot of aspects, abroad is easy. Then in other aspects, Nigeria is easy. Okay, so it just depends. It's just choose your own difficult, choose your own hard. There's no easy ticket. Let me tell you something, right? If you think that raising children is very, very easy, check that your parenting, there's something you're doing wrong. If to you, being a parent is the easiest thing on earth, my sister, are you sure you're doing this right? Because hey, it's not easy. That's why I always tell mothers that if you're constantly worried about your child, if you're doing this right with your child, if you're not spoiling your child, if you're not being mean to your child, if you are constantly worried about that, it means you're a good parent. It means that you really want to get it right. It means that you're trying your best to do it right? But if you're not worried, you're just chilling, you're just happy, you just feel like you're killing it, check that your parents something is missing. The things you shipped from Nigeria to the UK, I can't remember if it ever got delivered. I'm just wondering, you're going to have them sent back and it will take another year to get to you? If yes, I'm sorry you're going through it, because I'm pretty sure it's annoying. Meanwhile, this your week is fire. What is the Lord saying? Okay, so the things we shipped to the UK got to us in 3 months, right? So because I remember we shipped those things, I think October 2023, right? And my husband left November. Actually, he got there 1st of November, right? So our things shipped October. Then we went there December. That's me and the kids. We went there December 26th. I'll never forget that date, because of how they were supposed to leave on the 20th. They sent us back. So we went back home and spent Christmas there. Very annoying Christmas before we now traveled, right? So we traveled on the 26th and got on the 27th. So we shipped our things through 2 methods, right? So we shipped some things through air and we shipped some things through sea. Now, by the time we got to the UK, the things that we shipped through air we are already there, right? So even now that we're back to Nigeria, the things we shipped through air are almost here. Like they've gotten to Nigeria, they're still clearing them, right? Because we shipped them way before we left. Then the things that we shipped through sea took 3 months. So we got them, was it not February? I think we got them in February that year. If I can go back to my archives, I'll know. We got them in February of 2024, right? So it didn't take long per se. Like it took the normal time that shipping takes, right? For the sea things to come. The air things, the things that came by air got there quite quickly. But thankfully my husband was already there, so he received them. So then now we shipped everything back. The ones that are by air are already in Nigeria, but they've not gotten to us yet. They are still clearing them. The ones that are by sea are still coming, right? But me, I'm like, those ones by sea should just chillanta. I'm not saying that they should not come, or they should come. They should come. They should come, please. They should come. They should not hold my things. But I don't want them now, because if they come, where we go put them? We're still in hotel. We're trying to get house. So I'm just praying that the same way it worked out for us there, where we got a house, moved in, and then the things came. That's how I'm hoping that it will work out here for us, to where we'll get a house and move in. Then the things will now come. I don't want the things to come and just be, we'll not be looking for where to. Anyway, most likely be in a warehouse, but I just don't want them to be packed on. I want them to just come directly to me, to my house. Someone asked me if I'm going to bring back Amarachi and Elizabeth. Nah, that ship has sailed. That ship has sailed. You guys, I'm not getting house helps anymore. I'm still in touch with them, so if they want to come and visit, fine. Especially Amarachi. You guys know that Amarachi is still under our wings. She's still in school. We are still sponsoring her education and all of that, right? So we are still in touch. If she wants to come and visit and wants to come and see my kids, that's fine. But for her to come and now be living with us or try to get house help or whatever, I'm not interested, okay? I'm just going to continue taking care of my kids the way I was taking care of them abroad. It's just going to be slightly easier here because I can get cleaners. I can also easily buy like soups and stuff, right? So if I'm hungry and I need to order soup, or if I don't want to cook and I need to order soup or order food, it's easier here than abroad, right? Because in that UK, especially that Norwich where I was, all the food was just one kind, right? Even Nigerian food was one kind. So that's what's going to make it easier here. But getting somebody to come and live with and take care, I'm not looking for that. I'm going to get an assistant, like someone to help me with my job. That's my YouTube and stuff. But you know, getting house helps, nah, that one has passed. My children, Sophia is almost 5. I keep telling her, auntie, you're not a baby. Meanwhile, let me just spoil the picture. When she does something, I tell her, hey, you're not a baby, you're almost 5. You better mind yourself. Then the next moment, when her sisters want to talk to her, I'll be like, hey, leave her. Sophia is just a baby. She's just my sweet little princess baby. Don't talk to her like that. Cora would not be like, but yeah, Sophia is 5, okay? She's 5, so I don't need it again. How are you helping the kids to stabilize emotionally and feel secure? To be honest, I don't think I'm doing anything special for that. I think the fact that we are all together, I think the fact that I am not, going out to work, okay, I'm always with them almost 24/7. In fact, I just sent Cora back to their room now because I wanted to film this video. I didn't want her sitting down here while I'm filming this video, but I'm always with them. And if I wasn't filming this video, I'll either be in their room or they will be here. I spend so much time with them that any questions they have, I'm there to answer them. They're not left alone. They're not left with strangers. So even though, yes, we are in a new environment and everything is just different and it's not something we are used to, I think that me always being there is very centering for them, right? And then when my husband comes back from work, I don't take dinner, or I stopped eating dinner. So when he comes back from work, they have dinner with my husband and they chat and all of that. So I think it just keeps them grounded and all of that. But I don't think I'm doing anything special. Someone asked me why hotel, why not Airbnb, right? The reason why I didn't go and take an apartment on Airbnb is because I don't want to stress myself about food, about cleaning, about anything else, security or whatever. I don't stress myself, okay? For the past 1 year plus, I've been doing a lot by myself in the UK. So when I came back here, I was like, we were trying to think about the options. Should we go and get an Airbnb? Should we get an apartment? Should we stay in a hotel? We decided to stay in a hotel. Okay, a hotel is not the most convenient, it's not the most conducive in terms of the living arrangement. I mean, the space and moving around and all of that is not the most convenient. However, it's very convenient for me when it comes to food. I don't want to cook anything. I don't want to be buying food and be thinking, okay, who do I order food from next, or who will come and cook, or where will I don't want to think about that. In terms of activities, okay, so in this hotel there is a play area, there's a pool, there are it's central, so there are other places that we can go to where the kids can have fun, because this is still a holiday. Kids are on break right now, so they need to have fun. What else again? Cleaning, washing, all of that, laundry is taken care of, sheets and all of that is taken care of. So I was like, when we try to weigh our options, we were like, let's just go for the hotel and just focus on settling down. So that's why we chose the hotel. But yeah, I'll say this for one last time. I am now resident in Lagos. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any more questions. You can ask them in this video and I'll get to them in a vlog. Thank you so much. See you guys. Bye.